clarify a couple of things. First of all, nobody came to the union last year about making any concessions. Second of all, these meetings we're talking about last, this month or so, the BBA voluntarily sat down with the council member to talk about this. Okay? And we have a proposal that was sent to the council. We have agreed with some other options there on the proposal to go to this health care. So I think everybody needs to make you aware of what really is going on here. Thank you.
Given that, you also need, everyone needs to understand that what they were asking for in return was something that this council was not comfortable with, and that was relayed to them in ample time to rethink or readjust where they were going with it. So everyone needs to understand that.
Are you more comfortable with this?
Who's talking? Somebody talking.
Sean Cosgrove. Are you more comfortable
You want to
with this
come up
option?
here, please?
Through the chair.
Ms. Davis?
I remember what I forgot. I brought up last meeting about we still have $400,000 worth of capital improvements that could be removed from the budget instead of laying off people. And nobody's discussing that. And why aren't we? The police already agreed to get rid of the new cars. Correct?
Correct. In lieu of layoffs, absolutely.
So why aren't we doing that? To save a job here? Any answers?
Last meeting, I did ask about the cars because it was.
You need to speak up, we can't hear you.
Sorry. Last meeting, I did mention about the cars because the cars are just going on the street now. So we probably could forego, or my opinion is, that we could forego them for 1 year. The $400,000 is not $400,000, I think it's 170 something.
No, it includes the computers and it includes the backup, the public works equipment.
Okay, I thought you were talking about.
I mean all four, everything. That's $400,000 worth of jobs. For a year. Why do you buy things when you lay people off?
Last year, we did go to the unions. I'm sorry if you feel that we didn't, the PBA.
Get out of here. Stop this.
Excuse me. Council members believed that the PBA, TWU, any other union were all going to last year with the same concessions that we are asking this year. If that did not happen, I personally can tell you for me, I am not aware of that. I was told that the unions were all gone to with the same concessions that we asked for this year. In addition, when it didn't come back with a health care agreement, we asked for furloughs. I recall that as well, and that did not happen. We did increase the taxes for our residents to $53. We are also getting calls from our residents as well to please not raise the taxes. There are other people as well without jobs who are losing their homes. We don't want to lay off anybody. I don't want to lay off anybody. I believe that we're given no choice at this point.
Anthony Bristol Township, Bristol Township police officer. Council President included, just for clarification purposes right now so we can get this understanding, okay? Because I'm a member of Bristol Township PBA. If our elected officials in our union went to somebody or knew about this last year, there's gonna be a price to pay, because what everybody is saying on this board is that these guys are liars. So we need to know where this occurred. Who went to who on council? Excuse me, please, I'm speaking. Who went to who on council in 2010 and out of the council and approached our union and said, hey, we need concessions? Can anybody please, I'm asking, please, I'm begging, can anybody please answer that question?
Jeff, last year when we asked about the furloughs, did we or did we not present it to both unions?
Yes.
Who presented it?
Healthcare or furloughs?
Furloughs.
Right, not healthcare.
Excuse me, sir. Was that presented by you?
I believe I was there, and I'm not.
Oh,
Do you know or not? Are you the township manager? You're gonna sit there and say you believe?
I'm not going to tolerate outbursts. If you want to say something,
Get over it.
you wait. Pardon me?
Did I stutter?
No, Chief, have that man removed.
What are you gonna do, call the cops? You call the cops on the cops?
Whatever I need to do, because you are out of order in this room.
You're out of order.
I don't think so.
Fiscally irresponsible for how long?
Chief, I want him out of this room.
Put it on the chief.
No, it's not Kevin Burns, man behind me in the hat. I'm sorry.
What's that, chief? We don't know either. We don't know either, chief.
The man with the white hat and glasses.
Okay, so can I just get clarification then for 2010, we're not exactly sure who in the PBA was contacted, and we're not exactly sure who contacted them.
Okay.
Is that fair to say?
We can use that as an assumption.
Okay, now, Mr. Clute, can I also ask you now for the 2010, 2011 budget, when did anybody on the council come to the Bristol Township PBA union and ask for the concessions?
I can't give you an exact date.
Okay, just a roundabout, like,
Late November.
Late November.
I can't give you an exact date.
okay.
And just so that it's clear, I said this at our last meeting, what I asked for was some help. I asked for help. There was no threats of layoffs. I had the police, the PBA was there, and so was the other union, the administrative union. The TWU did not attend the meeting. And I said that what we're looking for is some help. We have a $1 million hole, we're trying to plug it. I asked for help that would allow us to see a $500,000 saving.
I understand that.
That's all I asked for.
I understand that, but
If we can't save that, we can't pay the salary. It's as simple as that.
But in our latest proposal, we were giving that to you. We agreed.
You also
we agreed to that.
had something at the end of that proposal.
That you wouldn't lay off police officers, yeah? Is there something wrong
Russ,
with
can I
that?
comment now that he opened the door?
Well, look, I don't think it's fair to your members and the
I
council.
disagree with you, sir. Let's put it on the table.
Just answer the question.
Let's let the township residents, please. Let's let the residents decide.
If your representative is okay with going through the specifics of the proposal, then.
I'm not here on specifics as a board member. I'm here as a member of that union. I'm privy to that information as a member, so I can bring that up. What I will bring up is that not only did we agree to those concessions that you guys had asked for in November, sir, 3 weeks prior, is that about correct?
No, that's not correct.
Okay, I'm not great at math, but it is still December, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and in November, it's under 60 days, would that be correct?
That would be
And
correct.
in under 60 days, you are asking over 70 members to make a decision, a life-altering decision, in less than 60 days. And if I'm correct in remembering how the email went, and I'm paraphrasing, it was something in the effect from you to our president. Basically, what it said was that if concessions aren't made, there would be staffing changes. Is that not correct?
I don't believe that I sent that email. I don't believe that I sent that email.
Does anybody in the PBA have a copy of that email by chance?
I may have been copied on it, but I don't believe that I sent it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, and as I said, not going word for word, there was an email that was circulating that as a PBA member, I was privy to knowing at least part of that. And that was that an email was sent from you. And in that email, it had said if there wasn't concessions, that staffing changes would be made. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Okay. Does anybody have a copy of that email again?
We're gonna wrap this up quickly. Why, because we're getting the email?
That we are. Sir, we just want the public to know what's going on. We want them to be able to
Then
decide.
why don't you tell the public what was in the last part of what your
That you wouldn't lay off police officers
for
the term of the next contract.
Which
Did you read
was-
the paper today
which
in
was-
regards to Warrington,
which
sir?
was,
Warrington gave concessions. Not Warrington, Warminster Police Department gave concessions, okay? They not only opened the contract because that council was so happy that they gave the concessions, they gave them 4% increases over the next 3 years when they opened that. We weren't even asking for that. What we gave the board, what we gave you guys was not only your concessions, we would agree to taking less for our raises in this contract. And in return, we asked you to open it up, extend it, and not lay off police officers. We were willing to not only give up our Keystone coverage to Keystone 15 from Keystone 5, we were also willing to take a hit on our raises. And in return, we just asked that no police officer would be laid off in 4 years unless there was a catastrophic incident. That's what the public needs to know, sir.
and you are a police officer in Bristol Township?
Yes, I am.
So you are aware of the development that we have here, correct? How do you?
What development, sir?
Any development, any income measures that we have here.
I was a resident
We
in
have
Bristol
not.
Township for 19 years. I left and I joined the Air Force and I came back to Bristol Township.
But you live in Falls.
But I just moved to Falls 2 years ago. I came back to Bristol Township, okay? I'm still paying taxes as an employee in Bristol Township. I'm okay with that. The reason why I came back to Bristol Township was because, you know what? Even though I could have went to another department, I let FedEx to come here, which I was making more money, but the benefits were good. And that was the attraction of Bristol Township. What you guys don't get out to the public is that while other police officers who have less calls than we do are a little bit up here, and we're a little bit right here when it comes to pay. So we're paid a little less, and we're okay with that because our benefits package is good. Now, I know Ms. Carlini has said, basically, it's unheard of to have $1 prescription coverage. Why would Keystone even offer that if it was unheard of? They're in the business to make money. Bristol Township is not the only ones that use $1 pay.
We're not here to debate that. What we're here to debate is the tax base. You have to remember that whether this council wants to lay off, whether they don't, is beside the point. This council is charged with balancing the budget. Where's the money coming from? So what you're suggesting is that we should raise taxes for your benefit.
No, this
Yes,
is what I'm suggesting. No, what you want to do is you want to balance the budget on the backs of the employees.